Well, for most young athletes, their high school career lasts about 4 years, but for a talented few, the glory continues beyond graduation.
The Nebraska Sports Hall of Fame documents athletes who stand out, honoring the past to inspire the future of Nebraska athletics. In this segment, Grace McDonald walks through the timeline of Nebraska sports in Lincoln.
This is Peaches James, one of the greatest pitchers in Nebraska softball history.
And it's kind of interesting, in her uniform, there's a little thing on the inside that says, nobody better, love mom. And we get a story behind that because her mom told us about how Peaches didn't have confidence when she was a freshman in high school.
Today, Peaches is one of 630 inductees in the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Every school in the state has something in here. So we hope they come away and that our mission to inspire the future is what they see and they go, wow, someday that could be me.
You can step right onto the court or field of these Hall of Famers because the sports are organized by the different types of flooring. And while you're looking for your alma mater, you can immerse yourself in 16 interactive exhibits. Woo!
The 7,000 square foot hall is north of the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Haymarket Park, but the idea began in Gothenburg.
It was in 1992. Two friends that I have, Steve Windrum and Roger New Year, were drinking coffee and they came up with this idea that there was not a Hall of Fame, so to speak, in Nebraska.
Eventually, the site moved into the same building as the Nebraska School Activities Association and the Nebraska Coaches Association.
The room really sat empty for about 7 years. And it really wasn't until January 9th of 2014 that we actually opened the exhibit hall.
The displays honor coaches, contributors, officials, and athletes in just about every sport.
Starting with Nebraska as a territory in 1854, going up through the present, you can access any of the pictures that you see on here.
As well as the history of non-existing schools and the mascots of high schools today. So you have my alma mater, Centura Public Schools.
We
on
do
here.
have Centura, the Centurions.
Yep,
and it founded in 1967. I would have thought it's older than that.
I would have thought so too. The Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame remembers those who made it, including Heisman winners, professional players, and Olympians, while keeping an eye on those who might make it one day.
Getting into here is tough, and it's an odd state because most of the population rests in the east, but there's a lot of schools out west that we can't forget. Females didn't really start playing until 50 years ago, and so it makes for an interesting dynamic for our committee to consider.
For Pure Nebraska, I'm Grace McDonald.